Hello everybody, Bud here. Welcome to part 6 for Halo Reach Legendary and 3-hour speedrun guide. Today's episode is Exodus. Exodus I like to call the easiest, hardest level. It's a pretty straightforward and easy level, but just with kind of the Halo Reach design, there's some sections that are difficult. But beginning sprint past this, come up here, 3 skirmishers, take them out. You actually don't have to kill all of them, but you will eventually, so if you take them out now, great. You can grab a plasma pistol here, you won't use it though. So suicide grunts. This area is frustrating at times, but just be patient. You have to wait for them to come to you. Sometimes they're faster, sometimes they're longer. It's just how this is. Sometimes they're in earlier positions, sometimes they see you, sometimes they don't. There's a lot going on, just get through it. And just keep an eye on your radar. Doing this on Lasso, I've been there on Lasso, I'm sorry. You just have to listen very closely. Yeah, so just come here, take them all out. While we're waiting right here, we can experience the Halo Reach, which are really just the copied Halo 3 rats running around everywhere. But our goal in this room is actually to grab grab a needler and as much ammo as possible. There's also a health pack right behind us we're going to grab here in just a second. Just kind of let them do their thing and all blow up. Be careful getting caught in these little rooms. Sometimes it's hard, like right there, you just keep running into the sides, especially if you're panicked. But we got full health now. There's a health pack later if we need it. But take these guys out. We're low on pistol ammo, but there's a pistol right here in front of us. So grab this guy's ammo and move on. So here's kind of the big room. If any skirmishers lived earlier and ran away, this is where they'll be. So typically they get caught from this explosion. So we'll come up here. There's another health pack in the back. And we'll grab the needler ammo. There's always one up here. Come up here. Don't worry about this first dropship. There's a grenade there and an assault rifle, but you don't really need them. Come up here to this brute. You have to wait till he finishes animation, and then we backsmack him. I assassinated him, but it works. Your allies actually shoot you a lot right there. It's really annoying. It's just how they're scripted. So come up here, and with the needler, we're gonna see how overpowered this thing is. In just a couple shots, it super combines everything. It's really amazing. You also see how overpowered the brutes are in this section. It's really frustrating. Just hang back, wait for your shields. You should have plenty of needler ammo. Take everyone out. Also, there's a rule of Halo Reach. Anytime a brute's about to die, they armor lock. That's not true. That's not consistent, but like you see it here. Like they just keep armor locking. It's like, come on, guys. One last guy down here. So you can speed this up however you want, doing this differently, but I came here. I was going to super combine him, and he did this, and then I ran out of ammo. It happens. So, do what you can. Take him out at will. Come up here, grab the sniper. Our Marines actually took him out, but the next door to open is this one. So I like putting a grenade there. There's a couple skirmishers and a brute. So just snipe everything. You see, that was a headshot on that skirmisher, and he just sat there and looked at me. I just wanted to call that out. But take everyone out here. Not a big deal. Come over here. There's another health pack if you need it, and a grenade. So, going forward with this setup. So there's a couple runs over here. We're actually going to drop our pistol and pick up some needler from this guy. Sometimes he doesn't have it, but we got lucky and it was here. So this next room can be probably the slowest area in this level. But he's going to take him out. So, brute there. Or, super combine him. Try to get his buddy. He went up the stairs. There's a DMR here, thankfully. And so, with it, we want to take out all these grunts and small fire to stop us from flinching when we're sniping. So, got all that. Here, we're going to start sniping. Take out brutes. They flinch you, and their shots like recoil weird. So, it's kind of difficult, but take out everyone. Make sure we get this guy up top. He's pretty easy one headshot. The other ones are pretty difficult to headshot, especially when you start flinching, like I was doing there. And this grunt's like shooting around corners and crazy stuff. But here you want to use all the sniper. Just go crazy, use it all. Just kind of keep back and keep your health up. There's some health packs up here, but we got some jackals to fight through once we take out all the brutes. So. We missed that guy. There's a needler on the other side. We're also going to come down here. Some more DMR ammo and more grenades. There's a shotgun in the middle I'll show you guys later. But we're gonna grab this guy's needler. I'm up here and there's 4 jackals. Take these bad boys out. Sometimes there's a grunt or 2 hanging out. Yep. So take all these guys out. And so in this process too, you can just run past them all and hit the button, and that speeds up this quite a bit. But I just wasn't in a position to do that. I didn't feel comfortable. And also, if you keep the high ground in this area, I was stuck to the low ground for some reason, but keep the high ground, it makes it a lot easier. So now the dropships are going to come in. There's 2 different courtyards here. In this run, I went to the bottom court run. I think it's a better strategy to show you guys. I actually prefer to go in the top courtyard, so I definitely should have gone that way. Because that shotgun. You shouldn't use it, but if you are desperate, it's there. But it's easier to survive this bottom courtyard right here. So down here there will be a hammer brute, 2 regular brutes, and 3 skirmishers, I believe. Come up here and try to take out as many guys by headshot as you can. Mainly the skirmishers. You want to take out the skirmishers. See how much damage you do with a plasma pistol. But once they're all passed, come here and I just went crazy. And I got those 2 brutes, or one of those brutes, the other guy armor locked, and that chieftain. So that was a pretty big win for me. I'm going to run out. There are health packs in the room that I was saying about, but I'm going to run back and get this one that we left behind over here. If you used it, there's one directly on that wall to the right underneath the stairs. There's 2 of them over there actually. So you got plenty of health in this room. Here we're going to come back up, take out this first wave. If you have plenty of needler, you can take out the first wave super easily. Just DMR all the grunts, and then you need all the brutes. And then you have a lot less enemies to fight if you take out that first dropship. That's the strategy I prefer, but this strategy right here, going to the bottom courtyard, is a lot more survivable. The other one's a lot more aggressive, so I just want to be very passive in this run. So, yep, just come here. We know what to do. Take everyone out. Take out the small fire first. Focus on the bigger stuff. Once again, every single time, these guys armor lock, and then they hold it for about a minute straight. Then you gotta be careful with the bloom on Halo Reach, just because, like, you can see a lot of the times the bullets are hitting them right in the head, but because bloom just won't allow it to headshot, it counts as body shot for whatever reason. But see, we got everyone taken care of. I'm gonna hop down, look for some plasma grenades. Don't need them, but they're helpful. Get in here, hit that button, and go. So I also like looking at this Marine because you see he's like moonwalking right here. But so stay back from this door a little bit, because if you're too close to it, it won't open sometimes. Ooh, boy. Yeah, wait for it to open, don't get too close to it, and just sprint right past everything. So here, I was actually out of needler ammo, so I should have came to this crate. There's this crate full of DMR and shotgun. We want to get this Marine rocket launcher, but I was out of ammo. And typically, if you get it before he fires his second shot, you get it at full ammo, but not a big deal, right? If I also gave him a second longer, he would have reloaded it for me. But come here, just give you jetpack. And so this area is nice because you don't have to fight anything. We can completely skip this whole area. So just kind of run through it, get past everything. We get here, we're going to come over here, and we want to get on this ledge on the side of the building. Get here and just kind of move around. Sometimes that corner gives me trouble, sometimes you just jump right past it, but just keep moving. So right here, we typically take a few shots. It's not a big deal at all. You get a checkpoint here in just a second. So they give you a few shots, nothing will take you out, nothing will kill you. Alright, so right here, we're going to wait for jetpacks to recharge. We're going to jump up on this beam over here. You can see it. Hop up here and we'll get a checkpoint here. And I did have a death here, up here, and I'll show you what I did. So come up here once it's full, and I like throwing a grenade at that corner. I had a bad spot. Throw a frag grenade too, it's better, because everything will shoot you, and there's that percussion brute that killed me. But here we're going to come up and jetpack all the way up here. So get a checkpoint up here. Up here there's health, there's some DMR ammo, and there's rocket launcher ammo. Make sure we grab that rocket ammo. Rocket, and here's the DMR right here in this corner. But first we want to take out these 3 grunts. Perfect. So you should have grabbed ammo right there. I did, kind of foolishly, but we don't need a whole lot of it. Here I was a little bit upset that turret dropped all my health that quickly. I actually ended up grabbing that ammo too, which was helpful. But we probably lost like 10 seconds doing that. So just watch out for those focus rifles. Hop down here. We want to come over this little section. So we're going to go down here, get on this wall where it curves, then we can jump up inside the building. Here's where Reach's jetpack kind of becomes variable. You have to time it with your jump to get the most out of it, and sometimes I feel like I do that jump fine and it doesn't work. So right there, I just wasn't high enough. This is actually pretty easy to do, but it does take me a time or two to do, because once you get on this first ledge, you're up there. Once again, jump, then jetpack, so you have, you know, the highest position possible. Now we're going to sit here, wait for it to recharge. Get on up here. Come here. So I want to stick that brute, and I also had another death right here because that brute lived. So you want to stick him and rocket him and take him out as fast as possible. Because that field rod brute you're going to see is going to give me a lot of trouble, and he should have died instantly. But there's him, and then there's 2 field rod grunts you're really focused on. You also see that brute just ate 2 rockets, and that's really annoying. So the phantoms are in the yard, dropping off those turrets. Those turrets are insane too. I like taking out that turret so they don't shoot me. But you see how fast these guys are firing? It's insane. But take them out, and these turrets are special. They would blow up the second you take out the driver. But now just kind of sit back, take everyone out. What you need to focus on here is you need to keep 1 shot in your rocket launcher left for the end section. Kind of see, once again, these brutes doing obnoxious damage, having obnoxious aim assist. They're like CE jackals is what this is. And then, of course, the jackals, doesn't matter how many times you shoot them or grenade them. They don't like to flinch at all. So, right here, there's that chieftain, and there's 2 field rod grunts. Those are that field rod chieftain is the priority in the field rod grunts. Those are the guys that can really destroy you in a second. Come down here. I still have some rocket ammo, so we're gonna just dump it here. That field rod guy somehow is still alive, and that's just like, I can't tell you how much I was frustrated recording this. But I think we finally got him here. He should have been dead immediately, and this part would have been sped up by probably 30 seconds. Because all the enemies go into panic if one of the chieftains dies. So, yeah, just kind of crazy work right here. But here I'm going to hop down. There's the chieftain, and there's 1 other brute left. And we still have a spare rocket that I'm going to use. And miss, but our marines will actually help us to take out that brute. And so the chieftain will come at us. He's not like the other chieftains. You can definitely backsmack him, but they're a lot more variable. So I don't like dealing with them a whole lot. Just jetpack back up there. It's pretty easy to do so. Come here. Grab plasma grenades if you want. If you are out of rockets, make sure you grab a fuel rod. It's not as good, but it will help out in the last section. So we're actually going to be giving it to a marine. So here, this section is boring. Or not boring, but it kind of sucks for the speedrun. And it takes a long while. And typically you should have full health here if you played it a little safer than I did. But getting the turret here, it takes a second to allow you. Now we get to the side scroller part. This part's frustrating because there's no checkpoints in it. And you can die very easily, so just be careful. And we'll have some strategies to help us live. But if you die, you revert to before the Falcon landed, and that's a long time. It's annoying.
Delta 1-5 to evac dispatch. Loaded up, ready to go. Delta 1-5, this is evac dispatch. Copy that. Proceed at your discretion.
Midtown airspace is way too hot. Gonna take an alternate route.
Delta 1-5 to dispatch. Banshee squadron.
So here, there's these 2 brutes right here to our left. They will shoot at you and take down your shield sometimes, but don't focus on them. Focus on this kind of brute major over here, I think is what they're called. Take him out because he will kill you right there, and it's annoying. But that's it for kind of the enemies we have to fight. Now our only focus are banshees. So we'll see right here the banshees get ahead of us, and our goal is to take them out as much as possible. So don't shoot at the enemies on the ground fighting the Marines, even though we should. We want to focus on the Banshees and make sure it turns over. See, they're already hitting the Falcon, and they can destroy the Falcon, and you won't even be able to shoot them. But as soon as you get the opportunity to, you need to destroy these Banshees, do as much damage as you can. There's these three right here. They shot us from the back, they ran in front of us, now they're going to swing behind us. So we got them injured, but we're going to come here and finish them up. Got those two pretty well. We got this one, and we got these two. These two, you don't need to take out because they will despawn. And it's actually fun if you watch them despawn because their pilot just despawns and their canopy opens and the Banshee falls on the ground. But if they're shooting at you, take them out. There's these three up here. These three typically aren't an issue. It's only those guys behind us that are the issue, but if you get the opportunity, take them out, play it safe. Because sometimes they'll still Banshee bomb, destroy the Falcon, or they'll just shoot you out of the turn. Here are some horrific scenes that we're going to ignore for the effort to stay alive. You see one Skinner shooting. We were able to take one out. There's still two more.
I can't watch this.
But typically once you get to this point, you're pretty safe and they're on a scripted path. But they can still definitely come behind you, so just keep an eye out. Now we're here in the final field. This area is actually pretty easy. If you're... it's pretty easy if you're having a good day. If you're having a bad day, it's the hardest section of the game. But come here. I love destroying jackals with a 50 caliber machine gun. But just take out everyone here as fast as you can. Not a whole lot going on. So, see right here, there are 2 health packs. There's some machine guns over there if you need ammo, but nothing I'm too interested in. So we're coming up to get the Warthog, and we're going to give a Marine or a rocket launcher. Here is the most Looney Tunes thing you'll ever see in this playthrough. And I've never had the Marines act like this for whatever reason. They just went crazy. Nobody would get in the Warthog. And then a guy who's scripted to get on the Mongoose gets in the Warthog. And I just have absolutely no idea what was going on. Like, half of them just aren't even moving. So you can drive around and get them in a little bit faster. But, see, this guy got it. He wasn't even supposed to. But I was just like, alright, here's the rocket launcher, right? And so let's hop in. And then this guy on the other side of the Warthog is going to run around. He's going to run all the way around the Warthog to get into the side of it. And the guy who I gave the rocket launcher to just says, no, I'm not going to do it. And it's like, what's going on here? And then I come over here and I'm holding E, and he refuses to give me the rocket launcher back. He's a wannabe Sergeant Johnson is what this guy is. But give him the rocket. He finally gets in. So we wasted probably 45 seconds right here doing nonsense. But I like coming over here. You gotta watch out for Wraith, but my goal is to take out the 2 Wraiths and the 2 Ghosts. So, and the rocket is very effective in Halo Reach compared to other games. Here, be careful not to drive in the water because there are kill zones and you like drop into them pretty easily. So just hang back, do what you have to do. Come here. I'm gonna rocket these guys. I almost got hit there. If you actually destroy your Warthog, there's another one overturned right there on the beach. But see right here, we're able to take out that guy pretty easy. And right here, this guy shoots at nothing, just to like hurt us. I don't know why. Another Ghost, take him out. That's all the Ghosts destroyed. And we're gonna come after this final Wraith. Here he actually misses and hits that Jackal, but personally I'm okay with that. So these Wraiths, they typically don't bother you. So if you're going super fast, you just ignore them. But like I said, it's that one time too. But we got most everything down, so I'm gonna come over here, jetpack up right here, activate this, and the rocket launcher right here. I'm gonna grab. You typically get out without the brutes hitting you too much. Once you're over the ledge, they won't bother you. But that's one done, and we got the checkpoint in a pretty good spot. So we're gonna come over here, and once we're at this point, it's pretty clear. I went ahead and just rocketed that Wraith. We don't end up destroying it, but oh well. So here, we're gonna come up here, let these guys do their thing a little bit. Now I'm gonna hop out, and at this point burn ammo, so I just rocketed the Chieftain so he wouldn't chase after me and they finish him off. There's a guy up on the bridge with a concussion rifle. Ignore him. You can get by him pretty easily. So we're gonna hit this last turret, and that signals the end of the mission. Now we can get here pretty quick. I had a couple deaths here, but it was just simply me being silly. So if you do this exact strat, it works almost every time. So it's really the bombardment of the spear that was getting me. But here I like throwing all those grenades to lure out the Field Rod Chieftain. Once that spirit's gone, I jetpack up here, activate the button, and get down. It's really only the Field Rod Chieftain that'll get you there. But yeah, guys, that is Exodus in 2215. We definitely could have sped it up if we ran this deathless. We had, I think, 4 deaths that entire run, and so we lost like 3 minutes there. We absolutely could have done this better, but hey, it's not too bad. So we did really good on long night. So losing 2.25 minutes here to me is not that worrisome. We got plenty of time remaining, and we only have 3 missions left. So yeah, that's all I got for this one. This one kind of sucks. Like I said, it's an easy mission, but it has periods where it can be very difficult. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope you really enjoyed. Please comment, let me know what you guys want to see next. Subscribe if you want to support the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.